Aishwarya. Welcome to my channel All Things Venus. I am searching for my holy grail foundation, MAC Studiofix Fluid Foundation. It comes in a beautiful glass bottle which will break if you drop it down. Shade NC42. Let's compare the shades with other foundations in my collection. This is MAC NC42. Golden, saturated, very pretty mango yellow color. Can you make out the difference? How warm and saturated this is. This is Chamber Honey. It's a bit of yellow and peach and a little bit of brown pigment. A very well layered shade. And this is Chamber in the shade Vanilla. True deep haldi yellow undertone. This is Maybelline 128 Warm Nude. It's almond undertone. This is MAC deep saturated orange yellow pigment. Gerua Rang, mango yellow undertone. You can see how these two compare to MAC NC42. And this is LA Girl in the shade Nude Beige, Gehu undertone. We should really use Indian names, I feel. This is Gehu Rang, this is Gerua Rang, this is Badami Rang, this is Haldi Rang, skin like honey. So for the base, I have applied Be Minimalist Sunscreen Silly Marine SPF 60, Johnson & Johnson Baby Cream as my moisturizer. And I've really slathered on a lot of moisturizer because this foundation is really not the best for dry skin. I have been using L'Oreal primer, but it really is a little mattifying, which I can avoid because this foundation is also mattifying and I have dry skin. Applied a layer of this. This is Rimmel Lasting Finish primer. It's a little bit more moisturizing. As always, I'm gonna do one side with brush and the other side with sponge. You can see the color is a little bit darker than my skin tone, but I don't mind because it's the perfect foundation to wear when I'm a little bit tan. I'm using Eco Tools flat foundation brush. Such a beautiful brush. When I tried buying this shade in the counter, the lady was like, no, NC42 is not your shade. I said, I know that, but this is the one I want for when I get tan. As I keep blending it, it meshes into my skin. You can see that it's sort of become very close to my own skin tone. One thing unique about MAC Studio Fluid Foundation, it's very popular in the beauty community and it's very popular on the sets as well, like modeling sets, film sets. Now the other side, I'm gonna apply with sponge. Sponge obviously absorbs a lot of product. First apply with your fingers. It sits nicely on my nose as well as long as I moisturize. I'm using a pack sponge. This is the round one that comes in their 4-pack. I really love wearing this foundation, especially when my skin is a little tan. It's not very tan right now, but when it is tan, this foundation and a coral lip, mwah, chef's kiss. And I think it's because of the warmth, like NC42 is a very warm. For my Telugu audience, it's a beautiful Pandu Mamidkai Rangu, and for my Hindi audience, it's that Gerua Rang. And if you see the coral lip, okay, this color and this ripened yellowish orangish color, those two come next to each other in the color wheel. And I think that's the reason why they sit so harmoniously. And as expected, sponge absorbs more product than brush. This is the finishing with brush. This is with sponge. Now let's see if it covers the pigmentation around my mouth. Oh, it does. I mean, I know it does because I've used it so many times. It's a beautiful pigment-packed foundation. Let's see if this foundation can double up as a concealer. It's not exaggerating my fine lines or this visitor. No foundation can cover this, but as long as it's not amplifying it. It does double up as a concealer a little bit. I can still see a little bit of darkness. Maybe if I use a brush. Oh yeah, definitely much more coverage with a brush. Does it double up as a concealer? Yes. Does it cover the pigmentation around my mouth? Yes. The texture is beautiful. It sits very close to the skin. Now let's see how does it hold concealer. This is MAC NC42 Studio Finish Concealer. I mean, the foundation and concealer both are MAC, so of course it's gonna sit beautifully. The beauty of this foundation, put 2-3 layers of it and it still looks non-cakey, non-patchy, no textural buildup, just beautiful, smooth gorgeousness. Because to me, MAC It is the one that started the no makeup skin. Before Too Faced Born This Way. Fun fact, MAC is the baby of Estee Lauder. Did you know that? Now, powders. I'm a dry skin. I dare not go near mattifying powders with this foundation. I am gonna be using my trusty Lakme Warm Pink powder. This is what the color looks like. MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC41. This powder is a little heavy. I don't want to use it with this foundation because this foundation is mattifying, that powder is mattifying, and I have dry skin, so no thanks. The other powders that I recommend are any kind of baked powder, because baked formulations are basically creams that are put in oven. Liquidiness gets evaporated, pigment remains. That's why they have this roundish sort of curvature. So this is a baked powder. This is by Wet n Wild in the shade Golden Tan. PAC Mineralized Baked Powder in the shade Light Sand. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder in the shade Golden. That shade goes really well with yellow golden undertone. How I recommend you buy it. Select 2-3 things that you want to buy from MAC and wait for MAC's birth date. One of these offers, buy 2 and pick 1, is like full size. That's the best way to buy MAC. And if you don't know which shade you are, I've made 2-3 bomb videos. Identify your own shade and your undertone, the hacks, using Indian celebrities as an example. And I've also explained color theory using color wheel. How do we understand the shades and undertones? If you don't know anything about your shade, nothing you know, also do not worry, just don't stress about it. Just watch those videos and you'll be able to figure it out. Did it achieve my holy grail status? The answer is no. It's a beautiful foundation to have, and it gives you this amazing finishing, but it's not all that dewy and glossy the way I want for my dry skin. The main reason why I'm not going to buy it again, because of my dry skin, I need to do a lot of skin prep, and holy grail foundation is I can just blindly apply even if I'm a little hormonal or if I am ill, I'm on antibiotics. Regardless, I should be able to just blindly apply it. For me, that is holy grail. In other words, I'm a lazy girl. So my search for holy grail foundation continues. Glass half full comes with SPF 15 and it does not give you flashback. Reliable, safe bet that has been used by makeup artists and beauty community on social media since ages. And this foundation is really good for oily skin. If you're oily skin, then use a stripling brush. It will really like get into your skin, mesh with your skin, and it will give you that no makeup look. And the pigmentation is beautiful, especially this shade NC42. It's the only shade that actually covers up my dark circles and pigmentation around my mouth fully. So let's talk about glass half empty. If you are a dry skin girl and you are not really into skin prep or skincare, then this foundation will be a horrible nightmare for you. Planning on wearing this outdoor in hot sun. This is going to melt, slip and slide like anything. Oh, glass half empty, it doesn't come with a pump. I mean, for the price we pay, they shouldn't be charging us for the pump extra. I think I've been using this since 7 years now. What do you feel about MAC these days? Do you think with so many things in the market, do you think it's overpriced or do you think it's still evergreen? To get my next week's video, you will have to click the bell icon and select the option always. You will get 3 options. Only if you select the option always, you will get the notification. I want to show you the texture without the ring light because on this channel, we show the texture. I do have a little bit of texture here, but it's not getting amplified. I have a vista here. It's not settling that much into my fine lines. It didn't settle it this side. It settled a little here. That's how it looks without the ring light. Not bad, right? And please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel.